Hey y'all, welcome to Peyton Energetics. I'm Peyton, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Starseed healers. Now, as you know, Starseeds are here to be of service during the Ascension process. That's what kicked off the entire phenomena of there being Starseeds on the planet right now, is that Starseeds are here to help support Earth through the Ascension process. And as we've talked about in several videos, the way that Starseeds do this in general is that they bring in a very high vibrational off-world energy and anchor it into the planet. That's kind of the function of a starseed. But an interesting thing happens when starseeds get to Earth. Most of them have set the intention before incarnation to be of service in a particular way. So whereas all starseeds are, in general, here to support the vibration of the planet, help raise it up as we go through the ascension process, most starseeds had some very specific plans that they set for themselves before they incarnated. And that was giving themselves certain skills, certain gifts, so that they could carry out their starseed mission once they incarnated. And so because of this, we see starseeds falling into certain categories. You can think of them as service categories. And all that means is that most starseeds decided that they were going to be of service in a particular way once they got to Earth. So we see certain categories in the starseed community that separate out the different ways starseeds have chosen to work with energy when they get here. So today we're going to be talking about the most common category of starseed service mission, and that is the starseed healer. Now, we tend to see more starseed healers than any of the other categories of service. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at what starseed healers are. How do they work? We're going to take a look at how they move energy. And we're also going to take a look at some of those common signs and characteristics to help you identify if this may be one of your soul intentions, to be of service in this way. So what are we even talking about when we talk about a starseed healer? What does that even mean? Well, as you can imagine, we are talking about starseeds whose primary goal is to be a healer in some capacity in this lifetime. Now, this can take many, many forms. There are endless ways that one can be a starseed healer. And when we talk about being a healer as a starseed, we need to talk a little bit about what it means to heal. Because when we use this word in the context of starseeds, we're talking about a slightly different definition than you might normally think of. So we're not talking about the word healing the way we use that word in our Western culture, but when we use the word healing from the perspective of starseeds, we're talking about energetic healing. So the way energy healing works, and what we always say in energy circles and intuitive circles, is that healing is raising your vibration. So this means that when someone is a healer, that we are talking about someone who helps people raise their vibration. Because in energy work, we say anytime you raise your vibration, a healing has occurred. So when we talk about starseed healers, we're talking about starseeds who have mastered this technique of being able to offer a very high vibration to other beings to allow them to match that vibration. Because as we say in energy healing, healers never heal you. Only you can heal you. So what healers do, and what starseed healers in particular do, is they offer a very high healing vibration and give other people the chance to match that. So that is what we are talking about when we talk about starseed healers. They are starseeds who are very good at maintaining within their own body a high healing frequency. Then they offer that frequency to other beings, even animals or the planet, and help raise the vibration of whatever they are working with. So this is what makes someone a starseed healer, is they know how to offer and hold a healing vibration. So when we talk about someone being a starseed healer, we're talking about someone who is very good at balancing energy. That's what starseed healers are masters at. They can see when energy is not flowing properly. They can see when someone has blockages or obstructions, and they know how to offer a frequency that helps relieve that problem, that helps relieve that block, or that obstruction to get the energy flowing properly again. So when we talk about starseed healers, this is what they are all about. They are very gifted at knowing what vibration to bring to a particular person or a particular animal to help restore the proper flow of energy. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about someone being a starseed healer. Now, as you can imagine, this covers a lot of ground. So starseed healers can work in tons of different ways that are as unique and varied as starseeds are themselves. So we have starseed healers who are here to work on physical bodies. So this is what you see when you see Reiki healers or healers in other energy modalities. They are here to help people work on energy obstructions in the physical body. But there are also starseeds who work with restoring the proper flow of the mental body or the emotional body. So healers can work in many different arenas. We also have healers who are here to work with the animals on the planet. And you'll see a lot of starseeds drawn to work with the whales and with the dolphins. So we see healers who are working with the animal populations on the planet. So starseed healers tend to be very good at seeing the flow of energy or sensing the flow of energy. And when I was going through one of my intuitive training classes, I had a classmate who was a Reiki master, and she would always describe to me how she saw energy flowing through the room. So she could walk into any space and see how the energy was moving. She knew when something needed to be cleaned. She could see the flow of energy through people's bodies to know where the energy was getting stuck. And of course, I never had any of those skills, and I thought that was so incredibly cool. But I just loved to see how she worked because she was the perfect example of a starseed healer. So starseeds who are here as healers have a gift at moving energy, especially through human bodies, through animal bodies, and even through the planet itself. And something that separates the starseed healer from someone else that we may refer to as a healer is that starseed healers tend to be working with a lot of galactic energy. So starseeds are always very tapped in, very dialed in to their galactic family, but starseed healers in particular seem to work very closely with their galactic family. So they are often bringing through healing knowledge from the higher realms, healing modalities, healing techniques that are coming from higher realms and dimensions. That's one of the ways starseeds are of service in the world. And healers, of course, are doing this from a healing angle. So with starseeds who are here as healers, I often notice in the ones that I work with that they are very, very connected to galactic energies and work a lot with the wisdom that they are bringing through from the lifetimes that they had in higher dimensional civilizations. So what are some of the signs that might indicate to you that you may be a starseed healer? Well, there are a couple things that jump out that I see in a lot of starseeds who are here to do healing work. And one of the first things I have noticed in my starseed clients is they tend to be exceptionally sensitive to energy. Now, of course, that is no shock. All starseeds are sensitive to energy, but energy healers and starseeds who are here to heal tend to have a real gift for sensing energy flows. So they tend to be very sensitive to the energies in people's bodies, to the energies in any room that they walk into. They just are very dialed in to what is happening with the energy flow around them. They can see and diagnose exactly where there's an issue, where there's an obstruction, and it's something that they often do very naturally, even without any training. Now, something else that is a sign that someone is here to be a healer is they may have shown healing inclination or a gift for healing even from the time they were a very small child. So I have had some starseed friends who have had young children who, before they even knew what the word healing was, were doing healings on people. They knew that just by putting their hands on people that they could help people shift their energy. So if you are a healer, this is something that you may notice you have been drawn to since you were a tiny child. And you may also notice this if you are a starseed parent. If you have a starseed child who is here to be a healer, you may see that they are very drawn to that from a very young age. So this is something that we see in a lot of starseed healers, that it manifests very early. Now, something else that is a sign of the starseed healer is they tend to be very good with animals. And again, this comes down to being very in tune with the flow of energy in other beings. So starseed healers tend to be great with animals. They are that person that every animal in the room wants to make a beeline for. And they're often very good at communicating with animals as well. Because again, they're just very tuned in to energy at a level that is different from the average person. So that gift with animals is something that I also see in a lot of starseed healers. Starseed healers also stand out for another reason, and that is because they tend to be a magnet for people. Everyone wants to make a beeline for the starseed healer. And it's because people can sense, even at an unconscious level, that this person just radiates healing energy. They just feel good to be around. So if you are a starseed healer, you may notice that you just have a gift with people, that everyone is drawn to you. Everyone wants to hang out with you. Even if you're not even talking, they just want to be with you because healers just have an energy that elevates and uplifts people just by being there. So just the presence of a starseed healer can heal people. So this makes them magnets, makes them the center of attention. So if you are a healer, you may find that everyone wants to come to you. They want to tell you their problems, their life story. They just want to be in your energy. So that is a great sign that someone is here to be a healer. So one other thing that I have noticed about the starseed healers that I have worked with in my coaching practice is that they tend to work with an army of guides. So whereas the average person, the average light worker or starseed tends to have 2 or 3 guides that they're working with around the clock. But when I look at starseed healers, they are traveling with an army. So whenever I look at someone's energy field and they show up with 15 or 20 guides, angels, galactic beings, it's a pretty good sign that I am working with a starseed healer. So starseed healers are working with enormous guide teams. And of course, we all have access to infinite numbers of guides, but starseed healers in particular tend to work very, very closely with a large number of guides. And what this is signifying is that they are working very closely with their galactic families, and they are channeling the wisdom and knowledge of the higher realms to help them in their healing work. So I tend to see that healers carry a lot of guides with them. They are just working with an army of people all the time. So that is always a sign to me that someone is a healer when they are traveling with an army of helpers. Now, something else that stands out about starseed healers is they tend to be the most loving and compassionate people you will ever meet. So the starseed healers that I know are some of the most loving individuals you would ever want to know. So this is something that just goes hand in hand with that desire to be of service, to help heal everyone. So you tend to find that starseed healers are just loving, compassionate, wonderful people, which is one of the reasons everyone wants to be around them. And something else that is unique about starseed healers is that they tend to know from a very young age that this is what they want to do. So they tend to be very connected with the fact that they are here to serve in some sort of healing capacity. So you may notice this in people who have just had an interest in healing over the course of their life, to starseeds who have just always been drawn to do energy healing work or even more conventional healing practices. It's not to say that a starseed healer has to do only energy healing. But you tend to see in starseed healers, or at least most of the ones that I have worked with, that they're very clear that they have an interest in healing work, in working with the physical body, and have just always kind of shown an interest in helping people get better. Whether that is physically, mentally, emotionally, they just tend to know that's what they're here to do. And this is pretty unique in the starseed community. For so many starseeds, they have no idea what they're here to do. And that can be a source of huge frustration for a lot of starseeds. So healers have it a little easier in many respects, that they tend to be a little more consciously connected to the fact this is what they are here to do. This is more of a struggle for a lot of the other categories of starseed. So healers tend to be kind of dialed in. They tend to know that they're here to be healers, or at least they tend to resonate and really have an interest in healing, which puts them on the path. So that's something that healers have kind of an advantage over some of the other categories of Starseed, and it just makes things a little easier for them. And finally, something else that I've noticed in a lot of the Starseed healers that I know and that I've worked with is something that sets them apart from almost every other Starseed. And that is that Starseed healers tend to thrive in low vibrational situations, low vibrational energies. So whereas the average Starseed will make a beeline in the other direction when things feel dense, when they feel heavy or negative, Starseed healers are running into the fire. So healers tend to thrive in situations that most Starseeds can't really deal with. And that is because these situations where there is unstable energy, imbalanced energy, is where healers thrive. That's how they can do and be of service as healers. So this makes Starseed healers really unique in the Starseed community, is that they are about the only Starseed who welcomes situations of stress and tension and conflict, because they know it gives them the opportunity to be of service as healers. So healers will often thrive in situations that the average Starseed will not even entertain. So this is something that goes hand in hand with their mission, is that they are there to help people balance their energy, to raise their vibration. So healers tend to be not affected in the same way as other Starseeds are when they're around negativity, when they're in more stressful circumstances, or when there are people around them who are very stressed out, very low vibrational. Healers thrive in these situations. So that's something that is really unique about healers, because most Starseeds will go to certain lengths to avoid situations that are dense, that are conflict-laden. So that is something that really is unique about Starseed healers that sets them apart from the crowd. Now, finally, let's just wrap things up by talking about some of the things that Starseed healers may want to be careful of, because all of us as Starseeds have those areas that we excel and those areas that we need to keep an eye on. So for Starseed healers, one thing that it can be a good idea to just keep tabs on is to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Because something that can be very common in healers is that they give and give and give until they wear themselves out. So healers in particular in the Starseed community can be very vulnerable to overextending themselves, to getting into burnout, into overwhelm, because they are giving until they have nothing left to give. So one thing for healers to just keep an eye on is to make sure you're taking care of yourself, that you are replenishing your energy, because all of us can only give as much as we have gas in the tank. And so healers in particular can, just because they are so compassionate, such giving people, can on occasion tend to overextend themselves. So that's definitely one thing for healers to keep an eye on. And then the other thing that can be kind of a vulnerability of Starseed healers is that they can be magnets for energy vampires. So we talked earlier about how Starseed healers tend to be magnets. Everyone wants to be around the healer to unload their problems so that they can feel better. But one thing that can also happen along these lines is that healers in particular can be a magnet for people with, let's say, less than honorable intentions. So they can be a magnet for people who want to drain and exploit their energy. Now, generally, people are not doing this consciously, although some of them are. And so it's just something that as healers, you want to keep an eye on to make sure that you are not enabling people who are only wanting to use you. And this is something that can happen to all Starseeds because of the nature of the Starseed vibration. People sense that it's different, that it can make them feel better. And so for all Starseeds, but most definitely for healers, it's important to keep your eye on just any people you might be coming in contact with that are draining your energy. So offering healing is one thing, but we don't want to allow people to be an energy vampire. So we just want to make sure that we're not allowing people to drain us unnecessarily. And this is definitely a little trap that can catch a couple Starseed healers. So it's just something to be aware of. So let me know in the comments below if you're a Starseed healer. Drop that in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you soon. Bye.